Oh Lord, our God and King. To you our love songs raise, with songs of thanksgiving, of your goodness and grace we sing. Great is thy faithfulness, through all our stress and cares. You take away our fears, and you wipe away our tears. Oh, to you, yes, we rejoice in you. For you have been so good. How can we thank you enough? To you, for you have been so good.
Of your goodness and grace we sing. Oh Lord, our God and King.
To you,
Our love songs raise,
songs of thanksgiving.
of your goodness and grace we sing.
Oh,
Yes, thy faithfulness,
through all our stress and care, you take away,
wipe away
our tears. Our praise to you. Yes, we rejoice in you.
for you have been.
For you have been so good. How can we thank you enough? We lift our praise to you.
Yes, we rejoice
In you, Lord. For you have been so good.
of your goodness and grace we sing.
Of your goodness we sing.
Goodness and grace we sing.
What I have not been, yeah. I will sing of your love forever. I will sing of your love forever. I will sing of your love forever. I will sing of your love forever and ever. And ever. I will sing to you, Lord. Forever, 'cause forever and ever. I will sing forever and ever of your love. Oh.
Hello and good morning. For Easter Friday, and this is Reverend Dr. Ebenezer Markwei of Living Streams, bringing you a word in season. I have pretty fond memories of Easter and how on Easter Friday morning we gather in church to sing various songs. Amazing love, how can it be that thou, my God, should die for me? Amazing love, how can it be that thou, my God, should die for me? Oh, that was a very powerful song, and in those days I just love it. I still love it till now. I'm really crazy about that song because it speaks a lot about Easter for me. Now, this morning I'd like to bring your attention to something. Now, Jesus, on the day of the Passover, sits down with his disciples, and that was when he told his disciples, listen, someone here is going to betray me. Of course, sitting with a crowd and sitting in the midst of people, and then your leader gets up and says, someone is going to betray me. That raises a lot of questions for me. And for the people over there, they'll be concerned, and rightly so. Everyone was worried. Is it me? Is it this person? Is it that person? Because Jesus Christ had let loose a mental bomb that is going to make people wonder who was going to commit this atrocious act. And everybody kept saying, is it me? Is it me? Is it me? And Jesus then made a statement. They asked John, say, listen, guy, you're close to the main man. So why don't you ask him what exactly is going to happen? Or who exactly is going to be responsible for this dastardly act? And when John asked, Jesus said, he said, the one who is going to dip his hands with me at the same time into the pottage, into the pot, into the broth, into the food pan, he is the one who is going to do it. Now, I've begun to think that no matter what your intentions are, no matter what your thoughts are, this will not be a place for you to go ahead and do it, even if you have that kind of intentions. The last thing you like to do is to be exposed in this kind of manner. So even if you have intentions, I will pretend. And I'm sure even if you have that kind of intention, you would also pretend. But guess what? Judas comes out, and irrespective of what has been said, as if he's obsessed, he places his hands in the pot with Jesus at the same time. And that, for me, was a revelation. And after all that, Jesus also turns to him and says, you know what? You got something to do? Go do it quick. So two principles, number one. And the first principle is, who was going to betray and why? Now for me, it speaks of a determination by Judas. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you see. I don't care what you believe. I'm going to do something because I have profit at the end of the day. And the profit is more important to me than the personality. The profit is more important to me than the personality. Listen, we need to ask ourselves, what is our priority? Is it the profit or the personality? God is interested in people, and God is not interested in just the profit he would make out of people. We need to be aware that people are more important. It is not the things that we possess that will take us to heaven. It is the personalities who are going to heaven. It is not the gaining of wealth that is very important. It is the personality, the welfare of humanity that is very important. Now guess what? Coming to this principle that Judas, no matter what, he was going to do it. So sometimes betrayal has no reason, or betrayal won't think far, beyond the present, beyond the issues. No matter what you do, if in life there'll be people who will betray you. In life there'll be people who are going to hurt you. In life there are people who, one way or the other, out of offense they carry, no matter what you do, you may never be able to placate them. And there may be people who are determined now to betray you. They'll come close, they'll come with a kiss, but it's a fact of life. They will betray you. So you know what? Instead of getting upset, and instead of getting angry, and instead of getting bitter, you have to know that life presents people who are going to love you dead, and people who are going to hate you dead. And it's a choice they have to make. Now, so with this brings you to reality and maturity. Now listen, there will be people who will betray me. I also want to speak to leaders especially. You will never know. By all means, there will be people who betray you. But betrayal is part of life. The test of your maturity is how you handle the betrayal. The next thing that I said, next thing that drew my mind was the fact that Judas, put his hands in the pot at the same time as Jesus. You would want to ask, why? What's the problem with that? Of course, food has been set, but guess what? In Eastern times or in ancient times, and still, I guess we still do it. Now, normally, it is the big man who puts his hand into the pot first to take out the choice meat. He gives a first option. He gets priority. He gets it. And you remember when we were kids, when our parents cook, our mothers would, when our mothers cook, they'll leave the choice part of the chicken, the thigh and all that, the drumsticks, they'll leave it for our father. And if you dare ask, they'll say, he puts the money on the table. So you better shut up and concentrate on your chicken legs and probably chicken neck. But it is something that the big man gets the first option. The big man gets the first choice. So when Judas placed his hands in the pot as Jesus, he was saying, in my eyes, you're not a big person. What you're entitled to, I'm also entitled to that. Remember, Judas had a fight or had an argument with Jesus over the alabaster box of oil, which was poured on the feet of Jesus. And the reason for that argument was that he felt he was entitled to the profit from the sale of that oil, of that alabaster box of spikenard. He was entitled to it. So the fact that it was being poured on the feet of Jesus, that was a problem to him, because it's on Jesus and not on him. God, he is entitled to it. So Judas had a sense of entitlement, and Judas thought that he's not bigger than me. Listen, in life, people will betray you, and not just betray you, but there'll be people who think that they are equal to you, and what you have, they must get. What is yours must be theirs, and they'll do everything to get it. This is where comes envy, this is where comes jealousy, and this is where comes bitterness, and this is where comes hatred. So listen, the people who betray you will feel that maybe sometimes people betray you because they think that you have access to something they must also have, and the little streams of jealousy that is going on in their hearts, and little winds of envy that is going on in their hearts will build up to a crescendo, and it will give out an outlet for betrayal. This is sometimes why people betray. Judas betrayed because he felt that what Jesus was entitled to, what Jesus had, he was entitled to it. This is a reason for his betrayal. So guess what? In life, there will be people like that. Now, the next principle for me, after Jesus had said to him, go and do what you have to do quick, he got up and went. So you know what? Sometimes arguments will not placate somebody who is determined to betray you. It is not what you say. Everything you say may be correct. Everything you do may be right. But still, they'll go ahead and betray you. But guess what? one would betray, but you got 12, you got 11 others who won't do that. So there are many more who are for you than those who are against you. On this Easter Friday morning, I'd like us to look at this principle. Number one, the fact that there's going to be betrayal. Number two, people are going to, the reason for doing it may be embers of bitterness, embers of jealousy, or embers of hatred that is running, and envy that is running through their hearts. And sometimes, no matter the next principle, no matter what you do, they'll still go ahead. So guess what? Do not focus on those people. Focus on the 11 that you have. Focus on those who are for you. You can't do anything. After all, in your attempt to placate them, you may be casting your pearls upon swine, or you'll be casting your pearls before swine, who will never appreciate it. They'll trample upon it, and in the end turn and devour you, because they are set in their ways. They are going to betray you. And so no matter what you do. So guess what? Lift your eyes above them. Lift your eyes unto God, who will be able to deliver you out of every betrayal. I pray for you. I pray for these times and these seasons, and in this moment of dread and fear. But guess what? Remember that in life, there will always be people who will betray you. And there will be people who, no matter what you do, betrayal will stem out of the fact that they think they are entitled to what you have. Jealousy and envy, strife and competition, bitterness and hatred becomes the bedrock upon which betrayal might go. Or even offense may be the bedrock upon which betrayal would go. And then the last thing is, sometimes you can't avoid it. No matter what you do, you may never be able to placate them. Don't try to placate those people. Leave them to their devices. Rather pray for God to protect you. I pray for divine protection for you this Easter Friday morning. I pray for God's protection for you. And I pray that God covers you. And I pray that no matter what, even though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you'll never be afraid, because God is with you. Have a blessed Easter Friday morning, and may God crown your efforts with life, and may God crown your efforts with peace and goodwill. Listen, this pandemic will pass, and I'm expecting to see you at the other side in safety, in health, in peace. God bless you. Have a blessed Easter Friday morning.
These are the offering payment methods for LSI. MTN Momo payment details. 1. Dial *170#. Then select option 2, Momo Pay and Pay Bill. And then select option 1 for Momo Pay. Enter merchant ID, which is 909090. Enter amount, for example, 500 Ghana cedis. And then enter reference, which could be offerings, fights, or thanksgivings. And then enter your PIN. Airtel, Tigo, and Vodafone mobile money payment details. 1. Dial *110#. And then follow the prompts. And then LSI number Airtel Tigo Money. It is 027 8832 If it is Vodafone Cash, the number is 050 320 1200. Bank transfers. Bank, Zenith Bank. Account name, Living Streams International. CD account number 6010700 Dollar account number 6040700 Branch Spintex. Express Pay. 1. Download the Express Pay app and set up Express Pay account in 4 easy steps. Step 1. Select Pay. Step 2. Select Church. Step 3. Living Streams International. Step 4. Type account number, which is 6010 700 213.